be. By the way, I, does anybody have federal criminal charges that, technically your face is on the screen, so that might be an issue later on. Angelica, do you have any federal crimes? No, not yet. Okay. So, all right. Expression separated by equation sign. That's the equation is. How are you going to solve it? Solve means you're going to isolate at the end of the story, blah, 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 blah. You're going to do that. Ta-da, x is equal to 4 or something like that. I'm not saying this is the answer of it, but you're going to come out with x is equal to some number. Maybe I should have said that way. I should have write that way. I'm going to erase the 4. Oops. Where's my eraser? Is here. And I'm going to write some number here. Okay. That's what we're going to do. To do that, we need the two properties. One of them is the addition property of equality. And I'm going to kind of write it in terms of math language. If there is a statement, there is an equation A is equal to B, then you are allowed to add C to both sides of the equation, and that's going to be a legal operation. Nothing is wrong with that. Okay, that's what we call the addition property of the equality. And similar to that, multiplication property of equality if A is equal to B, then A times C is equal to B times C. That's it. So these two properties we need to study. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of big, but hold on. I did the properties. Take this, drop it. Yeah. So it is legal to add the same thing to both sides, and it is legal to multiply both sides of the equation by the same thing. So by using of that, this equation, I created randomly at the beginning. Okay, we're gonna apply the combination of these properties at the end. X is equal to gonna be some number. So you're gonna make these things disappear around the X, like a little magic. Things are gonna be disappear. Yay! So if you look at the page 84 in your textbook, which is I'm gonna do the same thing, but in case where I'm coming with that idea, the steps to solve the linear equation. Step 1, just for this section, this is kind of like how to say a guideline. You just have to apply those steps, and I'm gonna kind of summarize it, and I'm gonna express it with my own term. Okay, clear the fractions or decimals if you have any. By the way, feel free to interrupt me anytime you want if you have any questions. Clear the fractions or decimals by multiplying both sides. Appropriate. Depends. Appropriate number. Don't forget your article with the appropriate number. Step 2. Once you clear the fractions or decimals here, that's how the math works. Something you don't like, something that looks like a troublemaker to you, you get rid of it. How you get rid of it? You have to follow certain rules. That's it. Yeah. By the way, turn off the video here, but turn on the video here. That will be better. Yeah. So, step 2, Use the distributive property to remove the parentheses or grouping symbols. Parentheses. Okay. Step 3, once you clear the parentheses, or like sometimes I say clear the parentheses. Okay. I use that term a lot. Combine like terms. What's the combine like terms means? Like such as 2x plus 3x. These are the like terms, which is what? 5x. The same variable raised to the same power is the like terms. Okay, you'll recognize them easily, like number to number, x to x, y to y. Okay, and if it's possible, step 4, move variables to one side and the constants, which is the numbers, to the other side. Move the variables to the one side. Sorry, my grammar mistakes. Okay, I need English tutor. The other side. So like I'm going to show you that step in the example. Like I make that thing like C is equal to V or V is equal to C. That's how it's going to look like at the end of this step. End of the step, like it's going to be 3x is equal to 5. One side is just a variable, other side is just a number, or like 4 is equal to 7x. Things like that, you know. I'm going to erase those. It's now just a brainstorm. That's why I call V is equal to C or C is equal to V. Constant is equal to variable or variable is equal to constant. And step 5, oops. Step 5 is use the multiplication property to get the variable alone. And I usually use that term, isolate the variable. And one thing, hold on, let me stop recording. Step 6, check, check, god damn it, check. Just kidding, no, erase that because it's recording. Yes, check, check. Okay, one more, check. Do you drive without insurance? You don't. Check the answer. Yes, you have maybe a high level of confidence, but no, check the answers. You never know. Plug back into the original one. Plug the answer into the original equation. And see if both sides, both sides are same. Good? Yeah. So, shall we start? Look, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 questions. All of them, same thing, same steps. Sometimes you don't apply the maybe step 1, sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't apply the step 2. Maybe you may skip, but you have to scan through with the same order. Okay, that's it. Now let's do the math. Any questions, please ask. I give you extra credit if you ask a question. It's a lie. Don't. Angelica, try like, okay, I'll ask. Do you have a question, Angelica? Rafael? I'll give you extra credit in my heart. Okay. All right. Yay. Distribute. Oh, my bad. Step 1, clear the fractions or decimals. Do you see the fractions or decimals number 1? No. Then there's nothing to clear. Step 2, distribute. Use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. There's a parenthesis. I need to distribute 8 inside the parentheses. So I will multiply these two and these two, which is 8y minus 56. Step 2 is done. Step 3. You see, that's why you need to use, like, for example, you're doing your homework, page 84 should be open always in front of you, or write them down. When you're doing the quiz, look at those steps, okay? Just apply it. Step 2. Are we done with step 2? Sorry. Step 3, combine like terms. Do you see like terms? Look at the left side of the equation. Left side, let me show you left, this left. Do you see like terms? No, because one of them is what? Variable, other one's constant. Look at here, what's that? Right side of the equation, that's variable, that's constant. Do you see, can you combine them? Not this, remember, this is like a kind of like a big wall, bridge, you cannot cross, okay? So left side and right side of it, there's no like terms, just let it go. Now, actually I erased it, but I'm gonna rewrite it again. Step 3 is done, technically there's nothing to do. Step 4 tells you that move the variables to one side, make one side constant only, one side variable only. I just erase it, but I'm going to put it back. Little letter coding. Letter coding. Like this is what? Variable and constant. And if you look at here, what's that? Variable and constant. So I need to move these V's to one side, C's to other side. You choose your side. Don't know, don't care. Okay? Which side do you want to choose? But I always suggest that to my students. Move the smaller variable, which is this guy, because other one's 10y, one of them is 8y. Which one is the smaller? 8y is smaller. Move the smaller variable to the other side. How are you going to move it? Did I mention that? I should say use addition property of the equality. I should have add here addition property of equality. Oops, of equality. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I say move it, but how? Like, what do you mean? How am I going to move it? So it means that if I continue in here, moving means you make things disappear, a little bit magic, mathematical. So I will subtract 8y from both sides because that's legal operation. Why I subtract 8y if you ask? Because 8y plus negative 8y is what? Poof, they disappear. Yes, this guy right there. So what's left in here? These two cancels each other, they disappear. What's left on the left-hand side is negative 56. And if you add these two combined like terms now, 10y minus 8y will be what? 2y minus 56. Now look at the mapping. According to my thing, this is the constant, this is the variable, this is the constant, and equation sign in here. So what I need to do, I need to move the C constant to the other side, because my goal is keeping the C's on one side, V's on the other side, constants on one side, variables on the other side. Okay. Now to move that, what am I going to do? Anybody has an idea?
Add 56.
Add 56 to both sides, opposite of it to both sides. Don't forget the both sides. Okay. So what happened? Oh, what happens here? These two cancels. That was your goal. I don't care what happens here. Well, I do, but coincidentally, those also -6 and +56, they cancel each other. It's just a coincidence, accident. It's a good accident. So that turns out to be 0 is equal to what? 2y. So that's 2y is equal to 0. Since this is an equation, you can write in the mixed order, you know, a is equal to b. You can write this one as b is equal to a. And I always like to write my variable on the left-hand side, okay, at the end, before I approach the final question. So that's kind of where I'm done with step number 4 is done here. Now I'm going to apply the step number 5. Step number 5 tells me use the multiplication property of the equality to get the variable alone. So you need to leave the variable alone. Where's the variable? Right there. I'm going to isolate the y. How am I going to isolate the y? Use the multiplication property of it. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 1/2. Or sometimes we say divide it by 2. Ladies and gentlemen, multiplication and division technically is the same thing. And I always make that joke. There's no such thing as a division. Every division is technically a multiplication. Actually, it's not a joke, it's a fact. You know, just like the subtraction or addition, similar thing. Like when you do the 5 minus 4, you are not doing 5 minus 4. You're doing 5 plus -4 actually. What you're doing is addition. It's not a subtraction. There's no such thing as a subtraction, just a government lie. Okay? They lie to you. They make you believe there's such thing as a subtraction. Wake up. There's no such thing as a subtraction. There's no 4 operations. There's only 2 operations. Multiplication and addition. That's it. I'm exaggerating, sorry. 0 divided by, or either or, like you want to look at that way or you want to look at that way. Choose your style. You know, that's math fashion right there. How you want to see things. You multiply both sides by 1/2, or you divide in both sides by 2. It's the same thing. Yeah. There are some textbook, did you know that they make these properties, like 4 of them, like addition property of the equality, subtraction property of the equality, multiplication property of the equality, division property of the equality. I was like, are you kidding me? Again, it's a fashion thing. What am I going to do? Zero divided by 2 is 0, right? Okay, don't mix that. That's a classic one. 0 divided by 5 is 0. What's the 5 divided by 0? All right, I'll send you a video about that. Questions?
No.
What happened?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, I'm late. I'm Josh Tewell. I'm in your class.
Joshua?
Yes.
You just arrived? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. Zoom recording. I don't have much space, but look at this. Number 2. Before you attack the problem, again, go back to these steps or page 84. Like if you don't like my steps, just read the formal way on the page 84. Clear the fractions or decimals. Number 2, do you have fractions or decimals? No, you don't. Well, use the distributive property to remove the parentheses, clear the parentheses. Do you have a parentheses? No, you don't. Oh my God, Christmas. Step 3, combine like terms. Okay, well, you don't have step 1 done, step 2 done automatically. You don't have to do anything. How about step 3? Do you have like terms? Look at the left side of the equation. Look at the right side. Okay. On the right side, you have only one item, 8. You just let it go. So look at the left side then. Left side, do you have the like terms? Yes, these two are the like terms. Okay. And let's do the color code. These two are the like terms. So that's negative 5x minus 6x, which is?
11.
That's negative 11x. Just all you got to do is just add the coefficient, negative 5 minus 6. Just add them, use the calculator. Positive 2 minus 8, use the calculator again. That's what? Negative 6. And the rest, copy paste. Oops, with the same color, sorry. 8. Now, step 3 was combining like terms. Are you done with that? Yes, you are done. Step 4, what does the step 4 tells you? Anyone? Angelica?
To move the variables to one side
Yes.
with
So
addition property.
this is the, no, step 4.
Step 4?
Yeah, move the variables, use the addition prop. Did you say addition property?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you said distributive property. That's variable, that's constant, equal sign constant. So what's going to be here, obviously, this guy go to the other side, right? Yeah, logical way to do. You know, if you want to keep the C's on one side, the V's on the other side. Yeah. So I need to move negative 6 to the other side. Or let's put it this way, I need to make negative 6 to be disappear. Yeah, magical. See, that's what happens. Since 8 a.m. in the morning, I'm doing the lecture, I lose it toward the end. So see, that's why for health lectures. So what am I going to do? Sit down on the thinking chair and think, Blue's Clues? You guys like, Raphael, do you like Blue's Clues?
No, but my kids. My kids
Well,
enjoy.
Oh, your kids is no, Blue's
well, we
Clues
heard
is
of its
awesome.
recent reboot, Blue's Clues and You.
Yes, Blue's Clues helped me to learn English a long time ago. All right, let's add the 6 to both sides, which is these two is going to disappear, right? And what's left on the left-hand side is negative 11x. Only what's on the right-hand side is 14. Yay! So if I rewrite this clearly right here, negative 11x is equal to 14. Okay. So, and how am I going to isolate for x now?
Divide by negative 11.
Yes. Very good. Divide both sides by negative 11. Therefore, x is going to be equal to 14 divided by negative 11, or negative 11, negative 14 over 11, or negative 14 over 11. I like this part. I will explain. Of course, I will explain. Angelica, stop giving me that look. Oh my God. Oh, she is intimidating. That's the flexibility of the negative sign of the fractions. You can write a over negative b. You can move this negative sign next to the fraction bar, or you can write with the negative a over b. Either or, choose your weapon. Any of these answers must be okay in the MyMathLab. If it's not, I can sue them. Mathematically speaking, I can sue them. Not you, I can. Cool?
I got a question.
Yes.
How would you check it in that case then?
Plug it into the original one. Very good. All right. Who asked that question?
Raphael.
Rafael. I will know everybody's name. Just give me like 7, 8 weeks, okay? It's a joke. Class is 7 weeks long, Rafael. How you check it? This is how you check it. Rafael, do you like fractions?
No,
Do I care?
probably not.
Nobody likes fractions. It's okay. You are using calculator. Use the calculator. Watch. Original one. So I'm gonna kind of get into the border of this guy, number 3. But the original one is this, right, Rafael? Watch. Now, every time you see x, you're gonna plug it in what? Negative 14 over 11, right? So negative 5 times negative 14 over 11 plus 2 minus 6 times, oops, negative 14 over 11 minus 8 is equal to 8. Yep, time to use some calculator. So my calculator is here and out of battery. It's not even working. Okay, so what's 5 times 14 is what? Is that 90? That's 90 over 11. Forget about the calculator. Who needs the calculator? What's 6 times 14? What's that? 84 plus 84.
It's 70 over 11, I think.
It
It's
is
like
70 over 11, more like, right? Sounds like right to me. You see, that's why we have to use the what? Calculator. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks for not helping, Angelica. Don't be late, eh? Oh, you still have 1.5 hours. So 70 plus 84. What's that? 154 plus 2 minus 8. You know, when you add the fractions with the same denominator, Rafael, all you got to do is just add the numerators, remember? Yeah. And 154 over 11 is, what's that? Thanks for helping me. 14 plus 2 minus 8. 8. That's 16 minus 8 is equal to 8. Oh my God. It's the right thing. Got it?
Yeah, thank you.
You are welcome. That's it. Do you guys like prime numbers?
What are prime numbers? I forgot.
A number can be only divisible by itself and 1. Yeah. So what's the first prime number? Does anybody know? Google it. Open
1.
extra. 3 is the second prime number. What's the first prime number?
Number 1.
Number 1 is not a prime. Number 1, there's a song about it, but there's 2 is the first prime number. Yes. 2 and only even prime number. What is it?
8.
8? 8? 8 is not prime. 8 is divisible by 4. No, not 8. Don't insist. 8 is not the right answer. How about 3? 5, 7, 11. These are the prime numbers. 13, 17. Right? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. That's also my workout schedule. Monday, I do 2 push-ups. Tuesday, 3 push-ups. Wednesday, 5. Thursday, I do 7 push-ups. Friday is tough day, 11. And 13 push-ups on Saturday. Can you believe that? Yes. And Sunday, I do what? 17 push-ups. Yes. So what I do is this recording? I hope I'm getting in trouble. You know what? Let's build up some muscles. I square these numbers. And it's going to be very difficult for me to work out this, right? And it doesn't look like I'm working out that schedule. But I'll make it even better for you. I'm going to add all this one. And can you give me that many push-ups? How many push-ups is that? Angelica, go ahead. Use the calculator. Hurry up. 10, 9, 8, 7.
I stopped at 7 and it was already 87.
Or are you trying to tell me that I cannot do that many push-ups?
I don't know. In one day, maybe not.
Wow. Yeah, it really hurt my feelings. Thank you.
Maybe in a month. Maybe in 1 month.
I can do 666 push-ups. Prime numbers are beautiful. And we are coming very soon. When I rise to power, what's going to happen? No more extra credit. No more AB 705. Just math and science. Cool? That's it. I'll continue tomorrow.